All right, everybody, give me 1 second to get this thing going. I want to just check on one more link. Let's see. All right. Hello, hello. Welcome to my kitchen again. I keep recording in here because my basement is a tad chilly with the AC running up here, and figure why not. So let me run over to our Discord real fast. Here is a link. Well, the link is in bio. This is the landing page to the link, and come on over to our Discord. You will not be disappointed. Click the earners tier that gives you access to everything. Here is the Discord. Mo is investing. He is our leader, the owner of the actual Discord. I am one of the experts over there. I run the Greeks Geek channel, and there's a whole bunch of others right here, chats and whatnot. Tons of bots, different screeners and chart assistants. He also places his excuse me, his live stream links and all of his buying and selling options alerts, things like that. So real quick, I want to come in here. Where am I at? I want to just tell the crew that I am live right now, and then we'll hop over here to Robinhood Legend. All right, we'll make sure we're good. Yes. Usually I play music coming into the intros and all that, all fancy like. But today's live is going to simply be 6 stocks that I think have some cool upside. All right. Greatest Show on Turf is one of our members here in the Discord. And we're going to start with his shout out. He kind of alerted us to VLN here, which is Valens Semiconductors. They actually have an auto side of their company that deals with plug and play audio, that types of things to get into higher technology in vehicles. And I guess the semiconductor part of their company is going to help boost all of that. The reason why I care is a few things. I've got some notes to make this faster because a lot of these videos tend to run 20, 25 minutes. And I'll try to break this down quick for you. Excuse my voice. It's been a long day. I'm recording nearly midnight here Wednesday night. So some notes for Valen. As you can see, we are at the, let's get to a full screen. Year to date, so last 6 months, we've broken above the prior resistance here at high $2. We've the reason why we care is that they actually have had a very solid increase since Q4 of over 580,000 share increase of hedge fund purchases above normal, above Q4. Since then, they have beat all past earnings. The next one coming up, we'll see, but so far so good. The fact that Cathie Wood and a few other hedge funds, ARK Invest and all of them, are piling into this. Actually, Cathie's ARK Innovation, I think, is the ETF that is buying into this one. They actually are leading in the hedge fund buying into VLN. So I love or hate Cathie, right? Not everyone likes her. She's buying in, so we'll see what happens. I think we would probably pretty solid up to the 350. So we've got some movement. You'd have to have a lot of shares to make this kind of worthwhile, obviously. But we do have upside if you go farther out. Really big upside potentials. I mean, our next largest after the 350 would be hitting a solid resistance in the $4 all the way up to a pretty top resistance here at $5.50 to $6. So that's a pretty big upside. Of course, we have to go all the way back here to early 22 of $11. If we hit all, that's not gonna let me do it. It's okay. So we've got some serious upside potentials when it comes to VLN. So I think that's a great one to keep in your watch list and keep an eye on that one. Lucid is another one that I thought would be a great one to kind of cover. I know it's been beat down pretty heavily in the last several years. But the reason why I like them a bit now, I know everyone goes, "Oh, it has a forward stock split coming up." It's just been a preliminarily prelim. Okay, it's in a prelim to get a forward stock split, and I know everyone's like, "Oh, that's bad news," because usually it's because the company's failing and whatever. And don't forget, we had a bunch of them in the past that have stock splits that did well. Amazon, Citibank after the big recession for them. Gosh, what other ones? I think Google had one. I got a few in my phone. I know Amazon for sure had one. There's a bunch of other bigger names that did as well, and they've done very well after their forward stock split. So the fact that Uber also has contracted to buy 20,000 of their SUVs and dumped in over $300 million just recently for their partnership into the robo taxi, um, hyped, fun adventure for these companies. They're supposed to roll that out here in early 2026. So yeah, maybe 6-8 months from now, we'll start seeing that. Which, if it goes well for Lucid, it should definitely push their stock up since it already is quite so low. So chart wise, just like with VLN, if you go back to look, I didn't cover. I'm sorry. The RSI and MACDs look really good. The up charts on it look really good. So with this one, same thing. RSI is a tad high on the daily, but not bad. It has some pullback here to 68. MACD looks wonderful, definitely increasing. Over here on the daily, we still have a nice bull band breakout, but then we retested inside and moving forward. Yes, we had a little bit of red today, but our MACD is solid green, still a nice upslope of the advancing indicator there. And I like this one, honestly. I should have yesterday bought into some leaps. I was planning on some leaps with Lucid, but we'll see. We'll see what that one does. I still have really, really good hopes for this one. I think easily upside into $4 or $5. We have a huge range. It really depends on how. Look at this wick. What is that? That's just, that can't be real. That can't be real. We had a volume spike to $24. Come on now. That's crazy to me. But we have a huge upside, $55 back in 2021. Like if we could pull this off and do well, compete with Google's, marching out of their robotaxi, Tesla, of course. I think Lucid has some really big players. Look at this volume. You see this volume right here, starting in fall 24, so a year ago. Very, very low volume, tracing all the way back into the 2021, back when it had some massive price values. This volume is nothing even close to the volume that we're getting now. Let's go back to the 1 year. This is where it started, right here at its low point. Low point there, low point there, low point there. We've had three strong support low points at $2, and we have come all the way back up into the $3 range, about to retest the mid $3 range. And if this all goes well with Uber and everything's looking nice, we're going to pop into the $3 to $4 range. If you can break out of 4, definitely going into 4s and 5s beyond that. So this could be a very nice bottom for Lucid. Not saying it is a bottom, but it could be a nice bottom since all of our indicators are pointing to high potential move from the $2 up into the 5 and beyond. None of this is financial advice, everybody. This is simply what I've found, some research that I've done, and I'm just giving you guys some ideas to watch out for. Let me make sure I don't have anything going on error-wise in my system here, since I have to do a full screen on Legend. Let's go over to all right, no one's commented yet. Yeah, it's late, didn't expect anybody to comment, that's fine. And I'm not live. If anyone is commenting on my YouTube channel, I'm not live looking at it, so the comments I will not see. I am sorry. Go ahead in the Discord, go over there and comment in the chat for sure. Okay, so SBET, which is the SharpLink Gaming. Now, why SharpLink Gaming? Why do I care about an online betting company? Well, if you do any kind of digging onto SharpLink, you will see that they are basically creating an Ethereum treasury as their main foundational balance sheet. There's a few of them in this list that are doing the exact same thing, actually. The next one is as well. And so this one's weird because at face value, it does not seem like it would be something that anybody would care too much about, especially after its gigantic pump from $2 all the way up into the $100. Like it went astronomically insane when it came out that they had this gigantic treasury of Ethereum. They're changing their whole entire perspective over to it. And honestly, for such a gigantic move, clearly here, I mean, we see some like color coming into this RSI, like it's screaming, "Oh no!" Right? But it cooled off. We saw some sell-off from this gigantic move. I mean, profit taking by profit taking. Obviously, if I was in this, a few 100,000 shares at $2 and it ramped to 100 a share, there's no one in the world that wouldn't be taking profits at that point. That's just insane. I mean, your upside was just ginormous. So coming into what we're looking at now, obviously, things have cooled off a bit, but on the dailies, we can still see we've got a slight decrease in MACD. It's likely going to come back down to here in the 22, 23 range, likely retest in here. As long as it holds onto this 50, it might bounce and come back up. But this is one to definitely keep an eye on. The volume obviously is just ridiculous. We can kind of come down. Let's go down to like the 1 hour and see if it looks too much different. Let's see. Not too bad. Tightening Bollinger Band right here. Could be working on its way for a pop. We are below 200 EMA, which is not wonderful. So if we can cross that, definitely a bullish pattern. Low RSI on the hourly. For was it the month I clicked on? Yeah, the month and then hour chart. So SharpLink, we are hitting support right here at $24, somewhere in there. So if we can tap on that, have the 200 come down to match, and it bounces up, retest, and goes, it'll be bullish again. Who knows where this one goes? This one's crazy. SBET. SBET, sure bet. Are we going to go with that? It's a sure bet, huh? Time will tell. All right, Dynamics. Sorry. I'm just going off the ticker, Dynex. Dynamics, again, is another one that if you look at the description on Robinhood, it's like, why do I care at all? It's done nothing for a very long time, and suddenly it had a pop from 10. Ugly RSI is okay, but not wonderful, right? Well, the reason why I care about this one is the underlying value. Just like with SharpLink, they're also buying in a substantial amount of Ethereum. They already have amassed over 400,000 Ethereum. Okay, not like Siri talking over here. I love when Siri does that, chimes in on us, So Ethereum, 400,000 is their foundational treasury of Ethereum. That's not including all the strong institutional buyers. I did want to read that to you because I thought that was absolutely crazy. All right, so the largest all common stock financing of 1.5 billion committed to announcements in 2021. So they already have that. Over 400,000 Ethereum on their balance sheet. Strong institutional backing. So they're being backed right now by crypto investors, including Pantera Capital, Kraken, and Blockchain.com. They also have other Ethereum pioneers and finance veterans that are coming into it. Multiple staking, restaking, and DeFi strategies. So this one, if you look at it, Robinhood description, it's nothing. It's an absolutely boring. When you dive into this company a bit more, there's a lot more to do with it. Now, just like with everything crypto, SharpLink and Dynamix, obviously, if Ethereum was to crash down, like we saw, into early mid 24, everything went down very, very low. So we have a potential for these companies to both, severely tank down in value if Ethereum was to go back down to their 1500 mark before regaining, like crypto does, a cyclical thing. So, watch these two for Ethereum reduction in its cycles, because it could do that. Last one. Oh, I'm sorry. No, we have one more at the end. That one's not going to be very long. So Webull. Webull's interesting to me because it has similarities, obviously, to Robinhood, right? And though it has not really been doing much lately, like right here, it went down to $10. It sat for a while. Obviously, it peaked over here, back at 70, some pretty big substantial amount in April. This is the 1 hour. We can go to the daily, maybe get a better view. So, we had a really high hit at 70. It's trickled all the way back down and then flatlined quite a bit from its, between 10 and 18. So we are now hitting a prior May resistance on the daily. Yeah, we're pretty much there. $17 to $18 is the resistance. But here's the kicker to me. So the 5 minute. Let's move up to 1 hour. We had leg up, building support, leg up. It didn't hold it entirely, dropped, tried again, dropped back to its resistance and support level. This will be a support level. It tried again, pushed past this, and created another leg up that's held fairly well. Little dip here, but held fairly well in the 1 hour charts at that 17 mark. And if you look back here, we have a resistance level pushing into this. We have a few more steps that are minor, but if we can push past this right here at 1850, it's got some upside into the 20s, low 20s for sure. And Webull, being a trading platform, as long as their financials are doing well and nothing crazy happens with them, they should see a nice regain of upside, especially as more retail investors are coming in, and institutions are coming in, AI is coming in. They build their AI products and they build their platforms. They will do well. So watch for Webull, especially full speed ahead on them since their breakout. As long as they can push past the 1850 mark, we should get into the low 20s for sure. So keep an eye on Webull. Last one is ATAI. This one will be quick. I don't have too much on them. I do want to give a shout out. I don't want to take credit for finding this one. Stocks with Josh is who I follow as well. Obviously, my Discord, or our Discord, it's not mine, our Discord that Mo has. Huge learning and data and information in that Discord. But Stocks with Josh is another guru among many that I follow and listen to and watch and learn from. He has called out ATAI, and frankly, it is amazing. Him and his Discord, they already got in way down here and to retest this high, and it broke out above and above and above. So, if they were down here at the 145s, obviously did very, very well. We are hot on the daily for the RSI, so that's a bit of a concern. Obviously, MACD looks wonderful. but it's going to potentially have a pullback here, come into the, let's go to back to the 1 hour chart. We're in 1 hour. Okay. RSI, this RSI is a bit better than it was in the daily for the long term because of it jumped so high. This MACD looks wonderful. RSI is holding pretty nicely, 65. Nearing hot zone, but we're not there yet. Volume still looks good. Bollinger Band got broken here, but then it ran, retested its high B band, but it didn't touch, so we're good. We're above 200. We're above the 50. VWAP still range. This is after hours, so we're still ranging on the VWAP very nicely in that mode. So that's good. So this one is interesting. Look it up, do some research on it. But I do believe that we have some room to run for ATAI. And yeah, that concludes my 6 stocks that I believe have some nice upside to keep an eye on. I mean, I do wish, obviously, this might be a tad late, but who knows? Sometimes these stocks get some legs here, and then they can go for a little while in the low range, and then they pop higher. I mean, what was Palantir? $7 at one point. No one cared about them, and all of a sudden, boom, they're out of here. So definitely keep an eye on ATAI. Big potentials. This is the last bit I'll give you. Back in 2021, its support and resistance was between $13 and $20. It's quite a range. We're sitting today at $4. So if we can get from 4 to 10, 4 to 12, we could possibly be pushing the old resistance and get into the 20s. Who knows? And everything is crazy when it comes to stocks and stuff like that. So last bit here, obviously, I want to remind everybody, I have a video on this, high dividend. I believe these are all some of these are monthly payouts. This is a lovely stock analysis chart I love to use. So pause this and you can Google or look into these 4 high dividend ETFs. All right, that's it. That's all, folks. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all of it. Come over, join our Discord, and you won't be disappointed. And yeah, so check the link in the bio or the description here. I'm going to go into YouTube really fast to look for any comments that may have popped up. Otherwise, thank you so much.